So right here I have the MowRo Robotic Lawnmower. Now this may be the way of the future, but is a robot lawnmower the next thing that you're going to want to purchase? Stick around, that's today's video. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a look at the MowRo Robotic Lawnmower. Now this thing sells for about $850 to $900 depending where you pick it up, and I'll put some links below. But this thing is pretty cool. So if you've seen like the robot vacuum cleaners, this is pretty much the same idea but for outside. So you can see it right here. This is a demo unit that I'm checking out that MowRo sent over to take a look at. So this thing will allow you to mow up to a 1/4 acre max. So if you want to do more than a 1/4 acre, you're going to need multiple units. It's totally rechargeable, has rain sensors, has bump and tilt, just like you would see on those vacuum cleaners. So what they say on their site and what they've told me is it's relatively safe, that it's going to find obstacles. Even one of their videos, there was somebody laying on the ground, it bumped into them and went the other way. I won't be doing that, but I'm going to show you the bottom of this because I was like, that sounds scary, bumping into somebody with a normal lawnmower blade, but it doesn't have normal lawnmower blades. So let me show you that. So look at this. They say it's all safety enclosed. Can you see that there? So you got the battery, it looks like it's probably in the back there, and then you got these free turning wheels, and then those are the blades. So unlike a traditional lawnmower where the blades come almost to the end, these pretty much resemble like razor blades. These got good grips, these really big grips on the lawnmower back wheels itself. Pretty decent size there, so you don't have to worry about that you're going out and mowing it. So I think it will cover a good amount of lawn. The way the MowRo actually works, so it comes with this wire, and this wire is going to be your perimeter. Now this wire is set almost like you think like a dog fence type idea, and then you get these ground stakes. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the ground stake, you're going to put it in and run the wire around the perimeter of where the MowRo is going to go. Now it doesn't use satellite, anything like that. So what I was told is, you know, it goes out for maybe about an hour or so, mows a little bit on its own, comes back, recharges, goes back out, finishes more of the lawn, and then we'll keep doing that until it's done mowing. Now because it's completely randomized of how it's cutting, they said sometimes you may end up with like little sections here and there that may not be cut, but overall it's gonna do it for you. Now for myself, I mean, I don't mind mowing the lawn except when it's really super hot out. And this thing, if it's really super hot out, you can just let it set up, charge, and it will be on a daily basis. Or you can set it to do, I think, program it to go whenever, to go out and just keep the lawn going. And so it says you can actually do 24/7. So like 3 o'clock in the morning, this thing can go out. That's kind of cool. We're gonna check to see how that is. So let me go ahead and show you actually what this looks like. So here is the control panel. You got your on off, you can do all your different settings, whatever you need there. And then here, so this is the height that you're gonna set the blade. So you can do that and just turn it easily depending on what height you want your lawn to be cut at. So then when it comes back to charge, what's gonna happen is it's gonna go forward here and it's gonna find the sensors, sit there, recharge the batteries, and go back out. Now they also do have a safety stop just in case something happens, you know, just an e-stop, go, oh no, you can hit that and it will cut everything off. Pretty cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this wire here, the perimeter wire, I'm gonna set it up. I'll show you a little bit of that video of me setting it up. Let this charge fully, and then we're gonna send it out and see actually how it performs. All right, so I'm gonna lay out the wire here and do the perimeter as much as I possibly can to get some different, you know, things that it can avoid and bump off of, obstacles in the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just walk around the perimeter with it, see how much I can get to, you know, make that full square perimeter, connect it up, and then depending on how I have to readjust it, I'll do that. All right, so now that I ran the wire around the perimeter, I'm not sure how much wire they actually gave me, but I was able to cover along the fence line and a little bit past where the trampoline is and kind of make a full loop. So on the back of the unit itself, the charging unit, there's 2 terminals, and they include the little terminal clips that the wire is going to hook to, and that will make the complete loop for power. So depending on how much wire was included, you may need some, you know, wire nuts if you need to go a little bit further to get that full 1/4 acre size. you know, you could do that and just extend it out. So right now you don't want to just keep the wire on the ground like it is here, and they give you these little ground stakes. So I'm going to go ahead and just stake it in place so the thing does not move. And I'll go ahead and do that right here. You just get an idea. I have a normal hammer. They are pretty decent, you know, thickness plastic, but probably best for you would be actually to use like a mallet or something. So you can see ground stakes right there. The wire goes underneath it, and it has that little clip there to keep the wire in place. You're going to want to make sure that this thing is really close to the ground and work it into the grass. Otherwise, the dog or the kids may trip and bust their butt. That's why you're going to want to really make sure that whatever you're going to set up is actually following the perimeter of where you want this product to mow. One side there, and then the other side, plug right there. That's going to make the complete loop. Got the in and the out. So after using the MowRo for a little bit more than 2 weeks, what are my thoughts? Well, it is a pretty cool device, but I think there's a lot of things that could be done better. And for my lawn, it's probably not the best, but I did talk to other friends that actually either they have clients or they have one unit for themselves, and they have a smaller lawn, 1/4 acre or less, and very flat lawn. Now, some things that I ran into that you may have seen on the video is that some of my grass, because I have weeds throughout in the backyard, especially in some uneven terrain, it tend to get stuck. But what I was told is, number one, the first time you're going to want to do it with a push lawnmower. If you have one, just cut it as low as possible. And when I did that, yes, it stopped it from getting stuck all over the place, so that was really good. Now, charging the unit was fine, found the unit by itself. The other thing is, I did have a few times where it left the boundary wire. So what happened was, the boundary wire, I actually had the angle too sharp. So what it does, it looks for it, and if that angle is too sharp, it's just gonna go over it and not follow it. So you wanna make sure it's more of a rounded type approach on that boundary wire, and then you're good to go. You're gonna wanna make sure that it's also staked down all along your yard, nice and low to the ground, so the mower does not go over it and try to suck it up and cut it. That could happen if it's not done as to the specs what MowRo actually tells you. Now, you can leave it outside so it can run whenever. So if it rains out, it's totally fine. It has a rain sensor. It's not going to worry about getting wet or anything like that where it's going to stop running. I think if you have a really small and flat property, it would be a good option if you want to spend the money for it. If you have a much larger property, it's probably not the best idea. And you know, a lot of these all work the same way, whether or not you're looking at MowRo or another brand, they all use the boundary wire. Now, what I was told is the new version that's coming out, they're going to have an app supported where you can find the MowRo, as well as some other new features coming out too. So you want to go ahead and look for that coming out soon. Two things that the company could do that really would help them stand out. Now, you can make a GPS version. I had a pet boundary where I could actually map out where my boundary line was. So it's definitely doable. charge me another $150 or so for the unit. That'd be great, that I don't have to worry about using a boundary wire. And the other thing, if you're going to have an app, if it's quarter acre, I'm not really worried that I'm not going to be able to find the unit, especially when it's black and orange. What would be cool would be like, hey, here's an app, and you know what, I'll give it to one of my kids and they can control it like a remote control car and cut the lawn that way. Kind of like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type deal, right? So again, overall, that was my only thing, was that it kept getting stuck, almost like the Roomba. But once I went back and cut the lawn even lower, then it was good. The other cool thing about this is that it is super quiet. So yes, if your property works with it, then it could run 24 hours a day. It is not going to annoy anybody. It's such a quiet machine. Now, if you didn't see or you missed it in the beginning there, I'll just show you again real quick here kind of what those blades look like. So it is safe all around, nothing's going to go underneath it, but you can see they're almost like little razor blades. It's not using a typical lawnmower blade where it makes it really loud or extremely dangerous, and these are super simple to replace too. Now on my lawn, when I was doing it, I had it mapped out for a little bit less than the quarter acre, so the max that this unit could do. And with that, it came back and charged a few times once it stopped getting stuck, and it was able to do it. So if you have any type of OCD or anything like that for perfect lines in the lawn, do not get any of these type of products, because as of right now, it is totally randomized where it mows and how it mows within that boundary line. But those are the things that you should know. A robot lawnmower is still pretty cool and probably the way of the future. Less that you have to worry about, and yeah, it's a pretty cool device that's gonna even get better over time. I'm Alan from Damn Good Reviews. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe right here. Click that little bell icon to stay up to date with everything I do, and I'll see you real soon.